If you've been looking around, you most certainly have noticed that we're a very, very contentious society. That means we like to argue a lot and get in each other's hair a lot and get in each other's faces and tell each other what we think of them. There seems to be sort of just a really acidy tone among us. And when we find people who don't agree with us, we will tell them in no uncertain terms we don't agree. And then in good Facebook habits, we will push the unfriend button and we will be done with them. I'm wondering if that is all that good an approach to life with one another. As we consider discipleship and the way that Jesus carried himself in this world, maybe we need to look at some of the times that he had just vehement and strong disagreements with others. We might look at Matthew 23. Jesus says, the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, experts in the law of Moses, obey what they teach you, but don't do as they do. They say one thing and then they do something else. Pile heavy burden on people's shoulders and won't lift a finger to help. Everything they do is just to show off in front of others. They even make a big show of wearing scripture verses on their foreheads and arms, and they wear big tassels for everyone to see. They love the best seats at banquets and the front seats in the meeting places. And when they are in the market, they like to have people greet them as teachers. But none of you shall be called teacher. You only have one teacher. And all of you are like brothers and sisters, and don't call anyone your father here on earth. All you have the same Father in heaven. None of you should be called leader. The Messiah, he's your only leader. Whoever is the greatest should be servant of others. If you put yourself above others, you will be put down. If you humble yourself, you will be honored. Well, then Jesus goes through a long list of troubles with the Pharisees. And he says these things to their face. You Pharisees and teachers of the law are in for trouble. You're nothing but show-offs. You lock people out of the kingdom of heaven, and you won't go in yourself, and you keep others from entering as well. It goes on and on. There's more and more condemnations. Maybe that's not even the right word. He's just pointing out some of the things that have happened. Here's one. You Pharisees and teachers are show-offs. You're in for trouble. You give God 1/10 of the spices from your garden, mint and dill and cumin, and you neglect the more important matters of the law: justice, mercy, faithfulness. These are the important things you should have done, though you should not have left the others undone either. You're blind leaders. You strain out a small fly, but you swallow a camel. It goes on. You Pharisees and teachers are nothing but show-offs. You build monuments for the prophets and decorate the tombs of good people, and you claim that you wouldn't have taken part in your ancestors' killing of the prophets. But you prove that you really are the relatives of the ones who killed the prophets. So keep on doing everything you did. You are nothing but snakes and children of snakes. How can you escape? How will you escape the fires of hell? I will send prophets and wise people and experts of the law of Moses to you, but you will kill them or nail them to a cross or beat them in the meeting places or chase them out of town. That's why you will be held guilty for the murder of every good person, beginning with the good man Abel. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, You have killed the prophets. You have stoned the messengers who were sent to you. I have often wanted to gather your people as a hen gathers a chick's under her wing, but you wouldn't let me. And now your temple will be deserted. You won't see me again until you say, "Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." Did you listen to how this has just ended? Oh, Jerusalem, Jerusalem. You may have killed the prophets, stoned the messengers that were sent to you, but I want to gather you and your people as a hen gathers her chicks. You see, it's one thing to be in disagreement with somebody, and it's yet another thing to say to that person, "I can live without you." And here's Jesus, who most certainly in the law of Moses needs no instruction from anyone here on earth. I have news for you. The one who is before all and was with all and to whom all things were made does not need instruction on how the world works. Yet he was out there not as one who would destroy, but he is as one who would lift up. He's free to hear the arguments against him. He knows exactly what is actually right and what is wrong. And he always stays in touch anyway. He comes back again and again to argue with the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And it's not he who initiates the problems, it is they. Normally, they come to him to challenge him. And he makes time for them. He makes time for you and me. He makes time for all of us, even as we are in the very process of denying all that he knows to be right. He is there to win us with service, to win us with love. In our walk as disciples this week, maybe it may be a good thing that we keep that in mind. How are you and I doing in that same respect? How are we interacting with people, even those people that disagree with us most, maybe those people especially, those people who annoy us, who make our life difficult? How are we interacting with them? Are we interacting with them by trying to reach for the mouse and trying to click the defriend button and keep them away from us? Or are we staying in touch with them? It seems to be that Jesus champions staying in touch even with those who have offended you. For through your life, you may convince them that there was more to life than winning that argument they were trying to carry to you. It certainly is how he worked. The greatest among you shall be the one who serves. The greatest among you shall be the one who loves, and who, as a response, does the right thing, listens to God and does not separate himself just because they disagree with you. As a prayer this week, as we walk through life, maybe we can call to mind Jesus' example now and again and ask the Lord above for the humility and the fidelity to him to do as he told us, but above all to serve and not argue, to love and not to separate. That would be a good prayer. Lord, keep me one with you and with all those I meet, even those, and maybe especially those, who insist again and again to disagree with me. And in that way, teach me the ways of Jesus. Let that be the prayer in the background of your head and in your heart for this week, until we meet again. Amen.